Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Elizabeth, and today we're talking about renversé. So this video didn't go exactly as planned because I'm in my tiny little living room, but let's go ahead and see if I can help you out with this. All right, we're gonna take a look at renversé, which I have to say is actually one of my favorite steps. I just think it's so beautiful. But it has been a long time since I've done it, and I just feel like I need to say that. Okay, so renversé can be done a few different ways, and actually, the one that we're working on today is going to be renversé en dehors, but it's also the one that is most typically referred to as renversé. Renversé itself just means, I think, like upset or off balance. I don't know. I have to look it up. Renversé, upset, reversed. Of Spanish origin, this is the bending of the body during a turn in which the normal balance is upset, but not the equilibrium. So let's just take a look at your typical renversé motion, right? So if I'm in fifth position, croisé, try to keep myself in the frame here, I'm gonna almost like do a tombe coup de pied, and then I'm gonna take my weight back on that coup de pied leg as I take my left leg into a grand rond that ends in attitude fondu. So I go forward, I switch the weight into that a la seconde, pull around arabesque. Oh, I'm hitting the bar. I knew this was gonna be a problem. Okay, hold on. Let's see. How can I do this? All right. Coup de pied, I switch to a la seconde, all the way to that arabesque, and then I take it into attitude fondu, pas de bourrée, entraînant. So I had a feeling that this would be difficult to do in this space, but let's do the best that we can. Okay, so a few things that I want to talk about is one, it's like a grand rond, right? And I have a whole video on grand rond en l'air, and I specifically talk in that video. I'll see if maybe I can insert a little clip about that journey from a la seconde to arabesque. This is where we get in trouble a lot of places, but specifically in the renversé, because if we're not thinking about elongating that leg out of the hip socket to make this space for it to turn into arabesque, it's a lot easier to do with my shoulder than my hip, it's going to flip, right? And so in this renversé, it would look really chunky and clunky, right? So we want to elongate it around, and they can stay up on releve like I just did, or like I was showing a second ago, it'll fondu and then pull around. The biggest part that I love in the renversé is that movement of the upper body. So while I'm like being a little hesitant because of my space, let's go ahead and just take a look at it without the coup de pied switch, because you can practice renversé just from already being in an attitude, taking the fondu in the attitude and then doing the wrap around. So let's focus on that for this video, and maybe when I get back in studio I can do a longer tutorial. Okay, so let's go croisé, attitude. Okay, so I'm already in attitude here, and the thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to fondu, take a little bend of the upper body, and then as I releve, I'm going to wrap my upper body around so that I'm reaching my hand towards that foot. And we always talk about it like wrapping around a tree, right? It's like you're trying to lay your body around the tree and touch that fingers to the toes. So from here, you're going fondu up and around. Yeah, let's do this side. So we're in attitude, we take fondu, wrap, and around. So there's a few ways that you can get into the renversé, right? The one that we were just talking about, which would come from a tombe coup de pied, switching around to that renversé. You can tombe into it, which then would typically go straight into that attitude. Or you can do what we were just working on with that upper body. Say maybe it's from an adagio, and you just take a fondu in attitude, and then renversé around. So I would say to practice that grand rond de jambe action, and it's actually great to practice low. So let's practice low. So I'm not worried about the bar at all, but you just really want to hit that side to arabesque, around, and then see if you can kind of ride the arabesque attitude either around in releve or taking the attitude part into the fondu. But either way, you're elongating the attitude part, right? It's like you're wrapping around that tree. It's that elongation of the upper body, kind of like it wants to stay to the front of the room. So it's not, you don't want to just take your upper body with your leg. Your upper body wants to linger. Yeah, it wants to stay to the audience for as long as possible. So it's going to linger and then come around at the last minute. That's why I really love this exercise here, where we're already in attitude and you can keep it low. Feel the stability of that supporting leg. Take your arm up. Fondu. You don't even have to releve. Just pull, 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 pull to make that wrapping motion of the upper body to the leg that's in attitude. Yeah, so you want to feel the pull all the way up from the pelvic floor, up through the rib cage, through the sternum, through the neck, and then it comes around. So practice kind of dissecting it a little bit. Practice just the grand rond. You can even practice at the bar, feeling that pull, 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 pull. Don't hit attitude until the last second. Practice the upper body. Pull, 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 pull. And then don't bring it around to the last second. And then start to play with putting those things together, right? Take it through, take the leg and the arm and pull them apart. That's what I really love about the renversé, right? It's just so like gooey and elongated, and it looks really beautiful, that curve of the body from the arm to the leg, coming around the tree, or perhaps it's fonduing around and you're just really playing with pulling the body, the upper body off of that axis, but maintaining your balance. I think I'll have to do a full tutorial when I have a studio, but hopefully that's helpful for now. Let me know in the comments below if you have any other questions. If you want a better tutorial, and then when we get back in the studio, I'll definitely work on that. And yeah, just let me know. Comments, suggestions, all those things below, like this if you found it helpful, and check out all the links for how to connect with me through email, Instagram, my courses, my membership, coaching one-on-one. I love connecting with you guys. DM me on Instagram, tell me if you came from YouTube. Follow if you enjoy it, and I will see you in the next video. All right, that's it for this video. So as I said, be practicing that grand rond, even if it's at the bar, even super low. Then practice the upper body and start experimenting with putting these together. Let me have it in the comments. Tell me your questions, comments, requests. Yes, I have not been dancing a lot, so maybe don't give me all of your critiques, but you know, I can take some of them. I can handle it. Connect with me on Instagram, email, check out my Beyond Ballet membership, which opens quarterly, and we go through all of the juice in ballet, all of the technique, all of the artistry, how to infuse it into your life as an adult, and how to really keep that joy and that love of dance at the forefront, because that's the whole point. I will see you in my next video.